Start your day the joyful way. It's your weekday morning talk show inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes. And now here's your host, the queen of joy herself, Jessica Dugas. Good Tuesday morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? It is Tuesday, February 15th, 2022. Apparently today is Singles Awareness Day. I mentioned this yesterday, okay, because look at me with my very scrunchy on my wrist, very 90s going on here. Okay, so I mentioned this yesterday about the singles awareness. I didn't know that was a thing. Did not know that was a thing. But we're gonna talk about that for a moment today because it ties into what I was talking about yesterday. You are not required to take whatever day, a holiday, an awareness day, you're not required to take anything for what society tells you it's supposed to be for. You are a grown-up human all by yourself. And you can say, okay, well, this is how I want to celebrate the day. This is what I want it to be known for. So you have the ability to do that with anything because you can. So I think sometimes we underestimate little freedoms like that we have. We feel very like, don't tell us what to do and everything else, but we have more freedom than we give ourselves credit for. And when you have a holiday come up that you feel some kind of way about, make it what you want it to be. And don't bring everybody else down. It's so funny because I saw a post yesterday from somebody that I really respect, and always posting great information and bombshell moments and everything like that. And they were like, literally the post that I hate Valentine's Day. And it's like, why are you going to bring everybody down? Like, why do you need to do that? Because and if you don't like it for what it is, what society wants you to like it for, then just reframe it and move the hell on. Like, don't get caught up in well, it's a commercial holiday and chocolates and flowers. And no, not if you don't want it to be. Like, are you putting your own self in the box and saying that this is how it's going to be? Like, why would you do that? So make the holidays what you want them to be. So we're going to talk about this Single Awareness Day thing because I'm just like, what the hell? We got Black History segment for you today. I have a really cool one for you today because I've been doing, bringing awareness to different people throughout history and people that are still alive now and all of that. But today is going to be different because I have a website I want to show you that is really cool, very interactive, and it'd be great for the moms out there in the group as well, or the dads too, the parents out there in the world. You might be homeschooling, maybe you just want your kids to have some extra education, interaction, whatever. This will be great for that as well. So that's going to be coming up for our Black History segment. We've got birthdays coming up later today, and I have some thoughts that I want to add to the Super Bowl stuff because we live in the age of the internet now, and people can't keep their mouths shut. And not that they should per se. Here's the thing: if you're on somebody's page and they're saying something that you don't like, it's their page. Just don't follow them. It is that simple. Though we complicate it, right? And so I have some things that I want to share about Super Bowl as well. It is 30 degrees here in Florence, Alabama. Still cold, but it's going to be almost 70 today. Okay, so let's math for a moment here this morning. 30, 40, 50, 60. That is a span of 40 degrees. It's going to go up in one day. In one day. Okay, that's a lot in one day to be going up and down with the weather. Okay, but your girl is smart now. Your girl is smart now this morning. I'm always complaining about how cold it is in my office here, right? Because this was intended to be this was an add-on to the house. I shared about this before when I was kind of taking you through verbally the tour of my home. But this room, my office that I claimed when I moved into when we bought this house was it was a built on room. It's like sunken down from the rest of the house. It was kind of I think it was intended to be like a sunroom, like a little like a sitting room. The people that lived here had grandkids and like played with them in this area and stuff. Not as formal as the rest of the house, I guess. So there's 3 huge windows in here. I've shared that, and the windows were you know put in when this was built on, obviously, but and they have not been updated since, and the windows are like old school windows. It does not heat or cool anything. Like, it does not keep whatever temperature you have going on inside, it does not keep it in there. And so it gets very, very cold in here. We have 2 vents in here for the central heat and air, but that means nothing because they put them right in front of the windows. I don't understand these things, but I don't understand. So at any rate, it gets very cold in here. So your girl got a blanket. I've only been in this space since we bought this house. When did we buy this house? End of September. It was my son's birthday when we moved in. End of September 2020. Okay. So, like a year and a half later, your girl got a blanket at the desk. I have learned my lesson. I'm like, what the what am I going to do in the summertime? I don't know. I haven't figured that. I'm going to put some ice packs under the desk, something. I don't know. Grim is here this morning. Good morning, Grim. Single pane windows. That's what we have too. Well, I think the rest of the house has it too, but for some reason, the majority of the windows in that direction on the other part of the house are better than these ones. So it's like literally when we came in and we bought the house, we knew that eventually that was going to be top of the list, or going to be windows and doors. I want to redo all the windows and doors. So it's on my list of like things to do, a million things I want to do. I still haven't finished painting every room. I had a plan of what I wanted to do. This room in particular needs to happen sooner than later because I'm spending more time in here now as the breakthrough show grows, and now my husband's working in here as well, and so I really need to get the paint done in this room. You guys see the white shelf behind me here, but the rest of the walls are like a slate blue, like a darker blue gray. And it's not meant feng shui wise, it's not meant for this area of the house. It is kind of like, I don't know. It's just not meant for this this part of the house. So it is on my list to paint this room as well eventually. But this room I'm going to have painted. I am not going to do this one myself because the ceilings are taller in here than they are any other part of the house. And your girl's an elf. So we're not doing that. It is not happening. But we did do the other room. We did the one wall in the entranceway, and we did the formal dining room. And so there's some other areas that need to be done in this house. So many things. Like when you buy a house, you're like, oh, I want to do all the things. And then you realize, oh shit, I'm one person, number one. Number two, I don't have a money tree in the backyard. And all of these things just are brought to your attention. Yes, ours are so thin you can almost feel the breeze. That's how these ones are in here. I'm telling you, they're a little bit different. Than the other part of the house, than the other single pane, because the other ones are single pane as well. But we have work to do. We have work to do. Jason Lansing is here this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Also, you guys, make sure if you're visiting us this morning, you head over to the comments, say hello, say where you're joining from, and what is bringing you joy today. You can also go to projectjoypodcast.com and click the join live button and come on air with me the next segment to share a moment of joy or gratitude with me. What else do we have going on? Space heater fan combo deal. We have one. It was in my office, but the kids stole it. I had a space heater, and it just, because the ceilings are so tall in here, it just does not It just does not work out well, anything that I try to do. And then a fan, because I'm recording all the time, it's the noise. So like anything that creates extra noise is not going to work. I'm just going to stuff my clothes with ice packs in the summer, I think is what I'm going to do. Graham said, come visit me. Visit me soon so you can feel tall. Yes. Yes. We'll be two elves together. Um, See, mine was silent too. Mine was silent too, but it like my microphones are very powerful that I have for the shows. So like you can hear my little squeaky chair, and if any of the kids sit outside this door right here, you can hear their whole conversation in the microphone as well. So I can have the door shut and everything else, but if they're sitting right there, you can hear the whole thing. So they are just like ASMR mics. This one not as much as my other one. The other one is very, in fact, it's one that one of the ASMR girls on YouTube recently was doing a giveaway for their newest one. And so I know that that's what they use. They pick up everything. And so I have to be really careful. So that's part of the challenge, why sometimes it's a little bit echoey in here, because my ceilings are so tall and my microphones are so powerful that it's just is what it is. So listen, we got to do our Black History segment today. We're going to talk about a couple things coming back, this Singles Awareness Day nonsense, and and we're going to dig in a little bit more to the Super Bowl halftime show, which I'm very excited about as well. All right, so stay tuned, you guys. We're going to be right back with more of Project Joy Live after this. Stay tuned.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every month for exclusive programming, where we invite you to go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Make sure you visit us at thebreakthroughshow.com, because we have amazing things coming up for the remainder of 2022. I say the remainder of 2022, like we don't have like literally over 10 months left of the year. Grim is heading off to bed, y'all. She's a night owl. Grim, by the way, is my fantastic web person that has helped me with all of my not just web but tech stuff as well. Helped me with all of my stuff. With my website and everything else. She helped me learn how to build a website. And so she was the one that enabled me to have all the fancy smancy stuff we got in the back of the show. I'm very excited about that. Mr. Tiny Corn Dog is here this morning. Good morning. Good to see you. So what else do we have going on? Okay. So we're going to go back to the Super Bowl stuff really quick here, because there's so many people that have complained about the Super Bowl halftime show. I shared yesterday that my only issue with the whole thing is I felt like it was not long enough. Like I would have, with 6 people on the stage that have such a history, such a long list, such a long repertoire of music, that I just I want more. Like I want, because again, that was coming from my time. So I read the coolest thing and I shared it on my Facebook page yesterday. And it says, I love this explanation of the halftime show. As a generation, the last 2 years, we've had to bury our parents, friends we grew up with, and lost careers. We've had to start all over while being faced with new responsibilities associated with a quote, new normal during these unprecedented times. We needed this 13 minutes. For 13 minutes on a Sunday, in the middle of probably the most mentally and emotionally taxing time of our lives, us Gen X / millennials were comforted, recharged, and didn't have a care in the world. We were taken back to a simpler time in our lives. We were encouraged knowing that the one and only DOGG is still riding with the DRE. We partied like it was our birthday with 50. We got it crunk with Mary and reminded that we don't need no hateration. We were reminded by Eminem that when you have one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, take it. Lose yourself in the moment, own it, and never let it go. These are the reminders we needed. We are the strongest, most influential generation to date. We still got it. We just needed a halftime show to remind us. So I loved that. I loved reading that little, I don't know who originally put it together. I have no idea. But it was just like, it was, and that's what I shared yesterday. It was just this very nostalgic moment. They kept it clean. No one's boob popped out in the middle of the show. Sorry, Janet. And it didn't look like they were trying to summon a demon, which has happened before as well. And I still, for me, the number one halftime show had to be Prince. That's like the number one that sticks out in my mind of like a very iconic moment, because you just don't get any more ironic and iconic than it raining during Purple Rain. I mean, it just is. And so for that was a really special moment for me. But this is a very close second for me, because it just took me back to that time. And there's so many people that are complaining. Oh, we wanted rock music. We wanted this. It wasn't relevant. It wasn't like they didn't do anything special and anything else. And I disagree. I just feel like, especially with Dr. Dre being as talented as he is, people don't realize, like, we like to, as human, compartmentalize people and say, oh, they're just good at this one thing, or this is what they do. Dr. Dre is a rapper, period. And so we put him in this box and we say he's this one thing, but he's a producer, he's a mixer, he's an instrumentalist. He does all. You heard him play piano. For those of you guys that watch the halftime show, he played piano. And so this is what we've talked about so many times on this show. We have got to, as humans, allow not just ourselves, but other people to be multifaceted, to be lots of different things. And we have to stop pigeonholing people to these one thing that we think that they do. Right. And we can experience so much more joy that way when we allow people to be the multifaceted humans that they are. So I wanted to kind of add that in a little bit to what we're doing. No matter what, look, people, somebody's going to complain. No matter what we try to do. They could have had, they could have had a mix of every kind of music, and somebody would have been like, well, they had too many different kinds of music. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be the complaining going on. And so, I mean, for those of us that appreciated it, I think it was a really cool performance. It was something it was a once in a lifetime thing to see those people come together. And it really did take us back. And what they said in that post that I read to you guys is exactly what I said to my husband afterwards, which is that it just took us to that comfort place. Like, when you would go to grandma's house or whoever, you guys will get, somebody else have something to say about this too, but it is what it is. When you go to grandma's house and she would cook you that one dish that literally no one's able to replicate today. And you sit down and you're like, take it, like it's that comfort place. And so it's hard now because nobody can ever get it quite right. But imagine if grandma came back and got to sit and have that bowl of whatever that she was perfect at making. That's what it was like for me. It was just this very take me back nostalgic moment. Again, what I wanted more, yes, but I loved what I had. I loved what I had. Okay. So I loved that little blurb that I found about the Super Bowl as well. Okay, so let's talk about the single awareness stuff. Okay. So apparently, Single Awareness Day is celebrated every February 15th. And it says it is no accident that it is the day after Valentine's Day. It is observed as Singles Awareness Day. Part of the motivation is disdain for the great commercialism surrounding Valentine's Day, but the greater part is to recognize and celebrate individual worth without formal attachment to others. While there are some 138 million married adults in America, the number of singles is close behind at around 126 million. This gap is far narrower than was the case in 1950, when there were 74.4 million married Americans and just 37.3 million singles. Today, over 36 million Americans live by themselves, 28.2% of all households, a figure which in 1960 was just 13.1%. So I cannot, I mean, I don't, it's I don't even know what to say about it, to be honest with you. But here's the thing. So the part where it talks about the motivation is the disdain for the great commercialism surrounding Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to be commercial if you don't want it to be. And that's what I was getting to yesterday when we were talking about Valentine's Day, and earlier in the show today when I was discussing the person that I saw that said I hate Valentine's Day on Facebook. Like, you can look at it's everybody's prerogative to hate something if they want to, but why? What kind of joy? What does it add to your life to hate something? Why not just reframe whatever it is that you dislike, hate, don't appreciate? Reframe it into something that is meaningful and joyful to you, and F everybody else in the way they want you to celebrate it. Who cares if the whole world is like, buy me flowers, buy me chocolate, love only on this day? Literally, no one that I know on the planet says you're only supposed to appreciate your loved one on Valentine's Day. Everybody knows that that's not the case. It's like, it would be like a birthday. All right. And saying, I hate birthdays, and saying, why? Because we're only supposed to celebrate ourselves on our birth on that one day. Literally, no one says that. No one says you're only supposed to celebrate yourself on your birthday. No one says that. But it's a day, all an awareness day is, or an awareness month or whatever, is to bring attention to something that sometimes in our fast-paced world is easy for us to just to get sidetracked. Okay, like me, I am easily squirreled. All right, I am easily squirreled. So sometimes I need a little reminder to get myself back on track. So I will have little notes. I have my notebook here. I have my calendar. I have my reminders on my phone. A birthday, a holiday, a Valentine's Day is no different. It is there just to be like, hey, poke. You remember when we used to poke each other on Facebook? Apparently that's still a thing, by the way. You're welcome. Like, hey, just have you loved yourself today? That's all Valentine's reminds me of. It's just, it pops up and it's like, um, have you shown your loved one that you love them today? Are you doing enough in your everyday life? Reminds me, are you doing enough in your everyday life to appreciate your spouse? That's what it says to me. Doesn't mean it never, Valentine's Day doesn't mean to me, oh, go buy him chocolates or whatever. Now, I did see in some relationship groups that I am a part of, I did see some discrepancy between what a husband or what one party thinks in their relationship and what the other party thinks in their relationship of what Valentine's is supposed to mean. And that's where communication comes in. So you can even say to yourself on Valentine's Day, where it's supposed to be about loving your spouse, and part of loving is good communication, is saying, hey, have I communicated properly with my spouse? Have I let them know my expectations in the relationship? And do I know their expectations? And so it's just one of those things. It's one of those things where it's like, we have to do better at communicating. We really do, as humans, period, across the board, whether you're in a relationship or not. We need to communicate better. So yes, is Singles Awareness Day, why it needs to be a thing. I could see if it's like, if the focus is to just have a day to celebrate being single, fine, but not in the the disdain for Valentine's Day. I think to have something because you're against something else, to me, is not, you know it is what it is. I also wanted to tell you guys about, so we're halfway through the month, and I just started digging into all of these awareness days, awareness months thing. Obviously, it is Black History Month. We've been doing a Black History segment every morning on the show, but there's a few other things that it is that I wanted to talk about. So apparently, it is also National Children's Dental Health Month. Get your kids to brush their pearly whites. It is also Spay Neuter Awareness Month. So, talking about making sure that your pets are not, making more pets out there. It is Spay or Neuter Awareness Month. It is Boost Your Self Esteem Month. I love this one. This is really cool. Let me share with you what it says here. Let's face it, there won't be many of us who don't struggle with our own self esteem from time to time. Sadly, in a digital age of instant gratification and images of perceived perfection everywhere we look, self esteem is affecting our mental health even more. As Oprah Winfrey quite rightly says, self esteem comes from being able to define the world in your own terms and refusing to abide by the judgment of others. I love that. Some really easy ways to boost your self esteem could include to stop criticizing yourself, stop comparing yourself, start practicing gratitude, and start moving. I like the start statements a little bit better, because I think when it comes to, especially when it comes to self-love, self-appreciation, self-gratitude, we really need to get the affirming. It's just like positive affirmations. A positive affirmation wouldn't be, I want to lose weight. That's not a positive affirmation. You want to say, I am feeding myself nourishing foods, things like that. I like to keep it in the positive. So I like to start practicing gratitude. I would say start lifting yourself up, start, affirming yourself, start moving. It says we all know the benefits of even a little bit of exercise can bring. So this February, why not invest some time into boosting your self-esteem and finding small ways in everyday life to encourage yourself? There is loads of information about this awareness month. So why not start right now and invest in yourself? And it says, if you're really struggling with self-esteem issues, please contact a professional or confide in a family or friend who can support you. So it is Boost Your Self-Esteem Month. It is also Heart Month here in the USA. We shared back earlier in the month about one of the prominent cardiologists in the world that had passed away the end of January. I think he was 103 or 108. He was 100 and something. So he was up there, and Grimm so rightly said, maybe that's someone we should be actually listening to about our health. And so we shared a little bit about that, but it is Heart Month, and I'm going to share some statistics with you coming up later on this week as well. It is also LGBT History Month I believe it's in the UK. Is what I had read initially, because LGBTQ Pride Month is in June here in the States. But so I don't know if this is, yeah, I think this is in the UK. So that's what it is over there as well. Uh, it is also, yes, I already said it's Black History Month. And then it's something called Raynaud's Awareness Month, which it is people who have scleroderma and Raynaud's, which I don't know what those things are. If you guys know, please comment below. Obviously, some kind of, it says it's important for everybody to know the signs and symptoms. So I will have to look that up, and maybe we can talk about that another day this month as well, or this week as well. So let me know if you guys know about those things, because I don't know. Mr. Jackson is here this morning. Good morning, Mr. Jackson. It's good to see you today. Jason says, "Thank God I'm not by myself." Well, I mean, we've talked about before the importance of having that alone time and everything else, but I think it's good. It's part of our human existence to be with and be around other people. All right. So I want to get to our Black History segment this morning, which I'm very excited about. I'm actually going to put the link down below for you guys of this that I'm about to share with you. So this is on the biography.com website. And so we're doing the segment a little bit different today. As I said, I've introduced individuals to you guys throughout this month. But this is a website that I want to point you to today, because there's a lot of really amazing information here. So it says February is a Black History Month. A celebration of the accomplishments made by members of the African American community. Based on your biography.com searches, we've compiled a list of the 50 most searched African Americans and created an interactive map where they were born in the United States and Canada. While many of the figures are from the eastern half of the country, the map searches as far west as Honolulu, Hawaii, and as north as Toronto, Canada. So this is really cool. You scroll down and there are all these different, now you can click on the map, or you can click on see how it's moving the dots. You can click any of these different things here and learn about some of these different people. So I did not, okay. So we have Barack Obama there in Hawaii. But there's a lot so you can click, I'll give you an example of one. We even have Drake up there in Toronto. Okay, let's do Billie Holiday, because I love Billie Holiday now. All right, Billie Holiday, it zooms right in. Isn't that really cool? It zooms right into that area of the world. So this is why I said this morning that this is a really good resource for those of you that are homeschooling, or just want your kids to have some extra interactive education here. It says April 7th, 1915, Billie Holiday was one of the most influential jazz singers of all time. She had a thriving career for many years before she lost her battle with addiction. So it scrolls into the map here, and then you can click the button to learn more. And I don't know. Yeah, it still it takes you to another page, so it won't show it on here, but it takes you to another page. It tells about her life 1915 through 1959. And it says Billie Holiday is considered one of the best jazz vocalists of all times. Holiday had a thriving career as a jazz singer for many years before she lost her battle with substance abuse. Also known as Lady Day, her autobiography was made into the 1972 film Lady Sings the Blues. In 2000, Holiday was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then it's very lengthy, tells about her early life, tells about her songs, tells about why she became known as Lady Day. Let's see what else. Talks about so two of her most famous songs, God Bless the Child and Strange Fruit. And so, yeah, it talks about a lot of different things, or personal problems that she had, what her life looked like in her later years, and what her death and legacy has been as well. And so really cool that it takes you all the way there as well. So definitely take the time to click that link, check it out. Definitely send the kids there as well. Very easy to navigate. You just go back to lists and it zooms right out there, as you can see. And you can go through all the different ones. We have everybody on the list: Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, Jackie Robinson, George Washington Carver, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Ida B. Wells, Carter Woodson, some of the fabulous people we've talked about: LeBron James, Billie Holiday, Drake, Ella Fitzgerald. So lots of amazing people there. And you can do a little zooming here with your mouse as well if you want to click around and all that good stuff and see where everybody's from. So I was just looking up here near me. Very cool. Very cool. So this is near the area where I live up here, right in between. So we live right here in Florence. And here's Huntsville that we visited earlier in the week. And we have Macy Jemison and Jesse Owens, two of the people that are from right in this area here. So very cool. We have Coretta Scott King over here in Marion, Alabama, and Zora Nostalgia, I know where that is, and Rosa Parks from Tuskegee, Alabama as well. We have Lonnie G. Johnson down there in Mobile. So yeah, very cool interactive map. So highly recommend everybody checks that out to get more involved with Black History Month, because we're supposed to be educating ourselves here, people. And I thought that was a really interesting interactive thing to do. So again, that is biography.com. I put the link down in the comments for you guys. Birthplaces of 50 African American history makers. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So let me know if there's anything in particular that you guys want to cover as far as Black history is concerned and everything as well this month. I'm happy to do that. Again, very thankful for Angelique Jackson and all of the information that she has been sending over to me as well, so that I have lots of knowledge at my fingertips. And, I go back to what I was saying before about, this needs to be something that it's part of every world history. So it needs to be like what we just teach regularly, honestly. So it's just one of those things. We got to do better. We got to do better. Anne Marie is here this morning. Good morning, Anne Marie. You asked me to speaking of Black History segment, you asked me to cover some music this morning. This morning we talked about Billie Holiday. I don't know if you caught that segment, but that's what we were talking about, Billie Holiday. So I had totally forgotten about this. Okay. I have to tell you really quickly a very short little Double D's Chronicles segment this morning. Double D's Chronicles is a story of two delivery people delivering around the Shoals area here in Alabama. Names have been changed to protect the innocent, but I would like to change my own name today, because let me just tell you. Yesterday, I went to go do some deliveries by myself. I took my oldest with me and was doing some deliveries because my husband's working at home now. And we were going down this windy road where there's a ton of trees. It looked like there was bodies dumped on the side of the road in bags, but they were leaf bags. I'm telling you, I kept getting this weird feeling, and I kept saying to my son, something does not feel right down here. I'd never been down there before. When you just get that feeling, you know what I'm talking about. It felt some kind of way. That's all I'm going to tell you. I felt some kind of way, and I was like, something's not right. Well, we get to the end of this windy road, and we crossed I felt like I was saying, over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. There was little streams, and it felt like something out of a movie, eerie feeling. I don't know. Get to the end of the thing, and the end of the road, the end of the thing. We get to the end of the road, and there's one of those like historical markers I showed you guys before when I went to the slave cemetery and all of that. I have to get my son. Let me get him really while we're talking. The beauty of having technology in the house. All right, so I'm going to get him to send me that picture. We took a picture of this sign. Apparently, that whole area, there was a big plague that had hit at some point. Not the vid. Okay, a plague of another time. I'm going to get him. Oh, here we go. 1866, pest house and cemetery. Now I know where all of the goosebumps and the feeling came from, okay? Following an outbreak of the dreaded plague, smallpox, at Florence during the winter of 1865 to 1866, the Board of Aldermen adopted a resolution on January 2nd, 1866, that a pest house be erected at the vineyard as soon as practicable. This is a quote. According to tradition, this pest house, believed to have been a simple 2-room log structure, was located in this area where people with infectious diseases could be isolated from the community. Also located nearby is a small cemetery where victims of these diseases were sometimes buried in unmarked graves. So all these people buried over there, no markings. They used to go into this log house to just die and be separated. So if we think that quarantining is just a thing of today, it was not. This happened in 1865, 1866. And now I know why I had goosebumps when I was riding down the road and feeling some kind of way about, listen, I am not taking some of these orders anymore. I'm not doing it because I get these feelings and I'm like, I shouldn't come down here. I wanted to part of me wanted to get out and explore it. I did not, but here's I will share it with you. There's what the sign looked like. And you would never know. It's just like the slave cemetery as well. You would never know that anything was there if it wasn't marked. This is what I want to know. I want to know how these things were found initially. Like, people just walking along and saw something sticking out of the ground, or I don't even. I'm done. That's it. That's all I've got. I don't know what else to say about these things. All I know is I need to listen to my goosebumps. When the goosebumps happen, I'm not going to play around at nobody's pest house and cemetery. I'm not doing it. I would not want to be living over there, and I'm glad we bought the house where we did. Though I've shared with you guys before, there's a cemetery in our subdivision. I don't know what is going on down here. I don't know what is going on down here in Flowtown. Okay. I have no idea. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and do birthdays, you guys, and know what's going on the rest of the week. Be right back. Make sure you visit our friends over at Baviva Foods, BavivaFoods.com. Use the code Breakthrough and get yourselves 15% off. They got granola. They have chips. They have purple oat milk. Love that as well. Lots of amazing things over there. Everything is gluten-free and vegan friendly. So make sure you check them out at bevivafoods.com. Use the code breakthrough. Also, reminders, we have amazing things coming up this season, you guys, that you do not want to miss. We have all of our regular programming, plus we have a brand new show coming to the Breakthrough Show Network in March as well. Very excited about that. So I invite you to join our Breakthrough Show Network text community for show notifications, insider info, and special offers. Just text the word breakthrough to 256-685-7092. That's 256-685-7092 in the US, Canada, and Puerto Rico. If you are not in those areas or you don't want to receive text messages, I invite you to join our Discord server to chat with other fans, meet past guests, and hosts from the Breakthrough Show Network. Just go to bit.ly/Discord breakthrough, bit.ly/Discord breakthrough. You can also support our network while you're there. We would really love for you to do that so that we are able to keep things going here on the admin side of everything, keep the incredible programming coming. And when you do that, you're invited to join our Soul Saturday Morning Coffee every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. So you can do that over there on the Discord server too. What else do we have going on? Oh, we got to get to birthdays today. I have a list of birthdays for you today, including I have a family member who has a birthday today as well. But in the celebrity world, we have Megan Thee Stallion. Birthday is today. Y'all know who she is? You know who she is? You might know her from the TikTok, the body TikTok song, you know, the body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. You guys know that one? That's what I'm talking about. Megan Thee Stallion birthday is today. So happy birthday, Megan. The rapper Birdman birthday is today. Actress Amber Riley from Glee's birthday is today. Women rights activist Susan B. Anthony, also on one of our coins here in the United States. Her birthday is today. The creator of The Simpsons and Futurama, Matt Groening's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Matt. Actress Jane Seymour, you might know her from Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, amongst many other things. Happy birthday, Jane Seymour. And I do not know, I've got two names here that I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Meep Guys, Miepgies. The reason I want to mention her, not only is it her birthday, but she is the Dutch citizen that helped to hide Anne Frank and her family. So just definitely a big person in history. And I'm going to look up afterwards how to say her name correctly so that I don't screw that up again in the future. If you know how to say it, please let me know. I think it's Meep Guys, Miepgies, but you never know. Also, I have no idea how to say her last name, but her first name is Omarosa. You guys might know her from The Apprentice with Donald Trump. She was an incredible player on that show on The Apprentice. So Omarosa's birthday is today. Also, Galileo Galilei's birthday is today. So made a lot of discoveries where space is concerned. And the interesting thing about him that I was looking up, so I never knew this, he made all of these discoveries about space and what goes on up there. Back when he was alive, the Catholic Church actually like freaked out and was like, a very layman's way of saying this. They freaked out about his discoveries, calling him heresy and everything else. And they confined him to his home for the rest of his life. They thought he was dangerous for going and making these discoveries. So see, the reason I love learning about this stuff is because we feel like, oh, you know, we're dealing with a lot in our world right now with censorship and everything else. But that was a thing. That's always been a thing. There's always been people that have said, you're saying too much, you're discovering too much, you're not telling the truth. That's not what we want people to hear. So we're going to get you away from everybody. We're going to censor you and all of that. So that was a thing even back then. But I'm glad he did speak up because I believe, you know, through him, we were able to discover a lot of things about space exploration and all of that. about our galaxy. So then we have over in the celebrity world on my Facebook page, we have Laura DeFranco's birthdays today. Laura DeFranco, happy birthday. Also, my cousin Amelia Minor's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Amelia. A beautiful 26 years old. It must be so nice. I don't remember what that was like. Happy birthday, Amelia, my cousin as well. We have a lot of family members in my birthday around in the Aquarius season. But I'm so sad. Aquarius season is almost over. Then we got to go into Pisces season. It'll be all right, though. We'll have a good time with it, I guess. I just love my Aquarians. I love my fellow Aquarians. All right. So those are all of our birthdays today. I guess I will get my y'all are quiet today in the comments. Let me tell you, you guys are quiet. Let me get my thing. We got to get our drum roll and all of that ready to go. Are you guys ready for birthdays? Is there any other birthdays going on? I guess we're going to find out after I sing the song. Here we go, you guys. Let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Megan Thee Stallion, Birdman, Amber Riley, Galileo Galilei, Susan B. Anthony, Matt Groening, Jane Seymour, Meep Guys, Omarosa, Laura DeFranco, and Amelia Minert. Happy birthday to you. Yes. All right. I hope you guys have an amazing birthday today. And many more birthdays to come, of course, but enjoy the next year. We all know, Megan Thee Stallion is watching the show. So girl, happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, you guys, I hope you are set up to have an amazing day. We have some interesting national holidays to talk about tomorrow. We have more Black history for you. We've got birthdays tomorrow, and you never know what kind of ruckus I'm going to be getting into around here with Double D's deliveries. But I want to remind you guys, start your everyday here with us on Project Joy Live, Monday through Friday, getting every weekday off to a good start, positivity, joy, lessons for life. This is an educational show. We got great things going on. Also reminding you that tomorrow evening, Wednesday night, we have Divine DNA on the Breakthrough Show Network at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, with Donnell and Angelique. And tomorrow is going to be an incredible ladies panel discussing vulnerability and commitment. We're very excited about that. So make sure you tune in to Divine DNA, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only on the Breakthrough Show Network with the Jacksons. And then we've got some, I'm telling you, it is heating up here on the Breakthrough Show Network. So we're very excited about that. Wishing you guys an amazing day wherever you are in the world. Thank you guys for watching or listening. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time.
You've been tuned in to Project Joy Live with Jessica Dugas, your weekday morning talk show, inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes only on the Breakthrough Show Network. Binge all past episodes of Project Joy at projectjoypodcast.com. Until next time, help us spread the joy by sharing this episode, and we'll see you soon.
Hello to the Breakthrough Show. It's Shirley